Hello, everybody.
What up?
This is a new person. His name's Adam F.
How's it going, guys?
He is the owner, or one of, I don't know how it works,
Yeah, one of us,
Okay.
co-owners.
of the Collectors Legion that we're hanging out at. He's also played Flesh and Blood for years, of
One-
all the years it's existed, I think. Right?
I started in Monarch, but it was right out of COVID. So yeah, it was just like the first chance
2
I
years
could get
in.
first chance I could get back in the card shop and play cards with people. That's when I started playing.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Well, we have a match coming in for you
Yeah.
guys. We're going to click this button. This is the Ash Artist with Andrew against Warden of Thorns, Tyler Horspool, former calling winner.
yeah. Both these guys local killers. And I mean, international, both of them went to pro tours
They've been to
abroad.
France,
Went
New Jersey, that country.
yeah. The country of New Jersey.
Yeah. I think Rudin, his top finish that you've maybe heard about him is the second Vegas. He went number 2 at that Battle Harden.
Yeah, I lost in the final.
He's always around there. He was top 4 at the Battle Harden in Pasadena. So I think he's probably looking for what's the best deck so I can win it all next month whenever we have the Battle Harden in LA. Are you planning on Battle Hardening, or you're
You know
taking
it.
a set? Oh, okay, you're
I'm
back
gonna
in.
Be there. I'm gonna be there.
Back
Well,
in the saddle.
I know Legion's gonna be there, maybe doing some vending,
Oh,
hanging
I've heard
out,
of
slinging
them.
some cardboard. And I definitely want to be playing. I haven't got a chance. I'm like excited to like catch up with all the Pro Tour, all the new innovations, right? All these Lexi decks,
All the
these,
secrets you can get your hands on.
right? Yeah, we got some cute ones in here. I've never even knew people were starting to play.
I
Lots of
have
new tech.
not seen this matchup in a while.
I know.
But this is the 2 decks that Andrew likes to play. So I think if there's anybody that would know the interactions already, it would be him. So I think that's interesting. Can Tyler? I'm sure Tyler's played a Dromai or 17 of them in his day too, though.
I mean, we both play with these players a lot, and from what I've noticed about them, they're very meticulous, and they pick up a deck and they championship it for months, right?
Right.
And so, like, Andrew for a long time was Oldham, like for 6 months straight. You would never see him on another deck but Oldham, and then when he picks up a deck, he just grinds it hard. And Tyler's been on Briar for a while now.
Right. And we see the Seeker's Mitt. You were wondering, okay, what is that doing? The whole thing is we're making an Ash. We're looking at our top card of our deck. There's a Vincerikai in our hand. So if there is a way to, this Ash immediately turns into Vincerikai, that would be pretty cool.
That nice way to get things kicked off faster.
Wait, what is going on?
So we're on Tyler's
It's
turn.
Tyler's turn?
It's Tyler's.
I thought it was Andrew's turn the whole time.
Ooh.
Boy, have I been on a different planet. Okay, so we are going to Ravenous Rabble for a bunch. Do you like these big dice? Or is
Dude, these are awesome.
these are going to...
Yeah, I wonder if we
prized
miss
possessions.
if we miss something. If Tyler like passed priority and then he activated the mitts, and then Tyler's like, oh well, then now I'll just attack you.
I think that's probably exactly what happened here. What's interesting, if you're paying attention at home, why do I know Andrew again? You talk about him a bunch. He's the guy that has $7,000 worth of cards in his deck. So he's got that
Those beautiful fate
fortune. Yeah, fate foreseen fortune cookie ones. But we are taking damage on turn 0, even though we built an Ash, which probably, who cares between 40 and 37? If it was 40 and 31, you'd probably be like, I can't believe I just already punted.
Yeah, losing 3 life for an Ash is not the best deal, but kind of nice if he gets a good turn out of it here, you know.
How much Dromai have you played?
I played a lot of Dromai right when it came out.
That's sick.
I was addicted. I'm a magpie. I see shiny cards. I really
Right.
like them. So those Marvel Dragons were really appealing to me. I played a bunch of it. I played it at the first Battle Harden.
Oh,
I was on stream at the first
oh
Battle Harden
yeah, I
playing
remember
Dromai.
that. I didn't know if you took that experience and you're like, get these dragons away from me. If you're like, I'll do this for another year.
I'm also just like a meta slave, and I listen to Chris and Tyler, and they always tell me, hey, Adam,
Yeah.
this is the best deck. And I'm like, all right, I haven't played this hero before. Let's play it.
Why did they play Kano at Pro Tour, or don't ask?
Further away?
Towards you, probably.
Oh.
Why do you think they played Kano at Pro Tour? What was the last one? Baltimore? I can't believe we got to say Baltimore for the rest of our life.
So I wasn't a part of all their testing this
Right.
time around. For the last 2 Pro Tours, we were all testing together and trying to figure out what to do. And I was totally out of it. I was too busy with the shop. And I messaged him the night before the Pro Tour, and I was like, where'd you guys land? What are we thinking? What are you doing? And he's like, we're going to light people on fire this weekend. That's all he
little
told
did
me.
they know people was their own hopes and dreams because it didn't work out.
I guess they thought it was going to be like, yeah, aggressive, blow other aggro decks up, and catch people off guard. There's a lot of people always taking Kanos to Pro Tours and trying that. They were
Right.
like, but maybe the third time, people did it
Yeah.
twice, right? We already
Yeah.
did it the first Pro Tour. Wow,
You
Kanos
can't
here.
expect it again.
Fool me once, or fool us all twice.
We blocked a full Kyloria, and now we're going to do our own offense, and it's time to start doing some shenanigans with Earth. I feel like Earth is either the best or the worst. I know Lightning sucks so much. Earth cards, all they do is grab you more cards and do more damage.
As like a whole, I don't really like Earth.
Right.
But the very few Earth cards that Briar plays are just amazing, especially those two in play. Like Bramble, 0 for 4 damage. Like, sure, awesome.
I'll do that all day.
And then Tome can get you that embodiment token and refill your hand. So you've used 2 cards to get that go again, but now you get to start with all of these cards.
And if you're gonna beat Dromai, it's like just like I think one line of thinking is against Icelander, you need to be doing more than 6 damage a turn.
Mm-hmm.
And here's our first one with 8. It's got go again. Can probably draw a card off of this and just keep going.
This matchup is very interesting, and Dromai is just a very interesting deck. All of her matchups or her games just play out very differently based on what kind of board state she created in the first couple turns of the game, In this matchup, I do believe that it's a little bit Briar favored. Briar's very aggressive, scary deck. It has the channels to pop the dragons when those are out to just kind of negate the turns. But if you don't put the gas on, Dromai will outvalue you and just start
yeah. And I think what's really good about Rosetta, though, is because Kyloria has 2 health, I can do whatever I want to Dromai, and then not Dromai. Do whatever I want to Dromai, then hit Kyloria with that Rosetta Thorn. The Arcane goes straight to Andrew anyway.
Yeah, it's so easy to take care of some of these dragons. And I've heard a lot of Dromai players actually like to take those 2 toughness dragons out in the Runeblade matchups just because Rosetta is so good at killing them.
Why don't we take Rosetta out of that matchup? Come on.
Maybe, eventually.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Yeah. Did you ever, whenever Chris came back from Worlds, were you like, great job, bro, but could we have gotten Rosetta out of here, please?
Right. No, yeah, it would have been so nice if Chris had banned, then the guy who got it into
Legends. Made a T-shirt and had his face on it. And thank you for saving my life. Because it is something where everybody's trying to play Visser right now because they saw that Zach Bunn list.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I thought this guy was gone. I hate this person. But I was playing Uzuri into Andrew, I think 2 Tuesdays ago. And it was like literally fighting for every money. But Rosetta does so much in that matchup. You're like, God, if this wasn't here, this game is over 5 days ago. We're still playing dragons over here. Yeah. That's interesting.
Got an Asphalt coming out.
Is this what you do with yours? Is you have all the Marvels in a stack on the right? Or?
I wish I was cool enough to get double sets of them, but I only have 1 set, and I have them all in there. And judges don't like me because when I was playing with them, I just had them all flipped because I know what the front side and what they cost, and I don't want to have to like take them out of the sleeve and flip them. And the judges are like, you got to turn that face around or use a checklist card. And I was like, all right, fine.
That's crazy. It's like you need to spend $2,500 more dollars. Or put the ugliest cards in your
But like Asphalt, like that card and a lot these dragons are probably some of my favorite cards they've printed just to own as collector items. They're just so pretty.
Right.
These full arts.
And you're about to try and get 5 of the Prism 10s, or what's your thought about serialized cards for that?
I think they are very interesting. I think it's cool for us. It's wacky and a lot of things can happen with how they get into the public. And they already explained, right? They said, unfortunately, because the way they do their printing, they're only going to be available in certain regions because where we're dropping them in the boxes is only getting sent out to what I believe like
4 parts of the world instead of 7. Yeah.
So that's unfortunate, but it's cool that they were transparent about that because, yeah, you kind of have to like let us know. It's really cool, and I'm very excited to see them. All the other games are doing these serialized cards. They're very popular. I'm very, and it's really cool to like to just have unique.
Yeah. If you open up a Prism, you can buy a jet ski. If you open up a chain, you can buy like Taco Bell for 2 days, I guess.
Right.
I don't know if the premeditate got full value there, but it did get I think he used it as I want a lightning embodiment, which I think is interesting. A premeditate means you have to have an attack in your arsenal already. Which does Briar end her turn with a card in her arsenal that's an attack, or that's kind of an off turn, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's some times where you do draw multiple attacks without go again. You can only make one embodiment, arsenal one for the next turn. Sometimes multiple E-strikes can get awkward and you have to arsenal one. But yeah, I mean, Premeditates is a very powerful card.
Right.
I think the ceiling on that card in Briar, getting you those ponder token, and an extra damage is pretty powerful.
Amazing. Give and take's going to block here. I think that's the card that everybody's looking for a lot of value out of in Briar now, is forcing your opponent to take 6 or give me 2 of my best cards. And maybe I put a give and take on top and we just do this over and over again.
Yeah.
If you're not aware of how to block this or have defensive reactions ready to go. Because that says 2 blocks with give and take.
Not interested in that. Is Tyler.
Does give and take only say no? I guess it's a block. I think one thing that is interesting is they have gone away of we're starting to write attack hits a hero a lot more. Where I do want a little more hate towards dragons of like I get to hit your dragon and move forward with some of my offense on this. We are commanding and conquering, which currently Tyler's like, great, I don't care at all. I can go straight to 33 and do whatever I want.
A beautiful card from Andrew.
Yeah, that's the $1,200 or $1,800 of that part of his deck. If you are looking to sell your Prism to buy a jet ski,
I'm sure Andrew's
we do have Andrew on every Discord he's on, already letting people know. I do not have much. I am not going to spend this on other things. I am going to only buy Prism 10s for the rest of my life.
That's a smart move by Andrew.
We're still blocking some. Probably taking 4 because I think so. No, so tomorrow maybe we had an embodiment of Earth, so we're gonna take 3. All of our equipment that we could block with has already been blocked with. So Tyler is going to be Kyloria. What is it called? Not Kyloria proof. The other thing, Kyloria susceptible.
Yeah, very. Like most people. Well, he dealt with it with the Rosetta. He's going to get that card in Arsenal. So he used his tuna counter to deal with it. But that was just an off turn from him. Must have had 4 attacks or something awkward. The 2 give and takes. Red.
I think I've never seen somebody put their Arsenal card under their hero like this.
I know a little bit about why he does this, and it's partially my fault. Because I got in trouble at a big event by having my hand touch my Arsenal card. And there was this whole big snafu of, hey, maybe you switched cards. And the card in my Arsenal was a card that cared about being in the Arsenal.
Right.
So there was a whole judge call, all awkward. And afterwards, I was like, it was my bad. I put my hand down on top of my Arsenal. Like, it's a weird spot.
You're such a good person.
Yeah,
everyone else would be like, you're right, loser.
No, everyone. No, like there was like a 30-minute investigation. Let's figure out if Adam's cheating or not. You know, like they have to dot their T's.
Right.
Dot their T's, cross their I's. That's how it goes.
That sounds like a judge from L.
So I remember Tyler after that all happened. Tyler's like, I think I'm gonna put my Arsenal card sideways or even tuck it under my hero, so like that doesn't happen to me.
Visual difference, yeah.
Yeah, that was also like the second to last round in a big tournament, and I was playing on table 3, and that happened, and I was like, oh, that was rough.
So this is going to have go again, but not use the premeditate. So this is going to be some mixing of damage. I mean, that is a thing where if that's what it takes is me putting a visual difference of it is under my hero. I think that's a crazy thing, though, because they sell the playmats with the zone, and you're like, it's in the zone, dude.
Yeah, but
it's in the zone. My cards are in my hand. The Arsenal's in the zone. Yeah,
true. And it's either we get better about, or I get better about holding my cards not right over my lap or right there, because that's where my Arsenal is.
They're putting the Arsenal slot right underneath your hand.
Like right where I put my cards. And then I'll switch them out when no one's looking. Like, I need to get that unmovable in there.
It's on the list, Relis. They got a long list. We still have honor roll from Blitz stuff to get through. You're on that honor roll or no? Did you win with Icelander or Oldham?
I did. Not with Oldham, but I had points for Chain, Starvo, Prism, and this new.
Don't forget Viscerai Blitz.
Oh, Viscerai Blitz!
I saw your name on that one too. I was
yo,
like, damn.
See, that's me. What's the best deck? Let me play it. That looks fun. Winning is fun. Sorry, guys. But yeah, that Blitz Viscerai format was so fun. That was ridiculous.
You're a Viscerai.
It was just ridiculous. Just like the crazy things you were doing. All right, we got We had to block.
Andrew just took a bunch of damage when we
Yeah.
were reminiscing.
He blocked the snatch, but he didn't block the scar, and then he's getting that ponder token trigger. Now we're throwing it back over to him. 1933.
I think when you take a big bunch of damage as Dromai, your opponent's probably like, all right, I know exactly what 3 dragons in your hand. Just go ahead and play them. Miragai, oh,
Okay.
big surprise.
Mhm.
Then a Miragai, that's not the best one of those, but
It's only 5 damage, but I like the 4 on Miragai against.
when you're playing as Briar, do you care about the dragons as much as other heroes? Or are you kind of like, I'm going to sit over here and do whatever I want?
It's
Because you don't have a lot of poppers, maybe.
It's a tricky balancing act, right? If you ignore the dragons for 2 or 3 turns and they're built up 7 or 8 damage worth of weapons just sitting in play for free with 1 card in their hand.
Oh, that's a good way to think about it.
That's kind of how I'm viewing Dromai. Is
They're weapons.
she doesn't have a weapon. Her weapon enables these cards you play to become weapons. So that's what I think of them as. They're just like 0 cost weapons that if she builds up too many of them, like, oh, they keep 1 card and attack you for 10, you're not going to win that race.
No.
So there is this like balancing act of trying to kill the important ones when you can and not sacrificing too much damage. Like I don't think I'd throw like a 4 damage attack at that Miragai. You know, I'd hope to kill him in 3 turns and only take 6 from that thing, you know?
Right.
But the scary dragons, yeah, I wouldn't let Kylorias and Chromai sit there and he can full block and then still attack with multiple dragons. It gets scary.
Because it is the idea of let's get our offense going and then maybe Rosetta this, Rosetta the Asvalai, and then send the Arcane that way is kind of I'm cleaning up and still doing damage to Dromai, which
Yeah,
I think is the best thing you can do.
yeah, I think if you have the ability for a Rosetta to hit a dragon, it should hit a dragon. You shouldn't just try to get that 2. I think that like even an Ashwing is going to do more than 2 damage back to you than that 2 damage you're doing to them, most likely.
We're going to
There it
channel
is.
now. That's our first one so far. This will make the lightning embodiment
We're going to go again on which card? It's going to be
a big one. 4 + 3 + 3 is
10.
Sheesh. That's half of the life. We're going to block with 6. That's not going to be enough, but there's no on hit on a lightning press. And there definitely won't be if you block it out.
All right,
I don't think you play Sigil and say, Tyler, anything you want to do is free damage. You hold that card and hope you scare Tyler away. And we're going to put this card in our arsenal, which I think is amazing for Andrew. Because he's going to be able to play this on his own turn. Which, no right mind in their mind, or no Dromai in their right mind would not play Sigil on their opponent's turn. Because they're just going to save it for the go again surprise here.
Exactly. So
Just
this
take
was
2, that's it, right? No.
Yeah, this is scary for Andrew, right? This is an arsenal and a tunic counter and a channel coming up for him, but at least he got to gain that life and get some damage back beforehand. You would really love when this is happening to keep a card and try to strip a card from them and stuff.
Right.
But
And now we're going to completely run you over.
the Wombo combo.
So, Force of Nature, what is this combo for people at home who have not played against a world-class Briar Warden of Thorns?
A world-class high roller, got it. Okay, so Force of Nature, its base version says if a card has more power than its base and it hits, you draw a card. Turns everything that's bigger than its base into snatch. And then if you fuse it, your first attack gets +1. But what's so insane is the channel is giving all of his cards +3 this turn. So all of his cards, if they hit this turn, are going to draw him a card. And he can actually just attack these dragons and draw cards if he wants.
It works on dragons.
It works on dragons, I believe.
Sheesh. What? I guess you would do 7 damage because you want to. Okay, you're building in coax.
Mhm.
You
Hey,
are
another quicken
you're
token.
drawing
You
cards.
draw 2 cards. for
Oh
this
my
coach.
god!
So-
I haven't even seen this.
So
Okay.
this is something that can happen that I've seen before in Chris testing is if the Dromai has like 2 or 3 dragons in play and the Briar player draws double force, they can just kill the Dromai that turn. Kill your dragon, draw 2, kill your dragon, draw 2, attack you for so much out of nowhere, infinite. Like you saw what Chris did at Worlds with that just
Yeah.
like Force of Nature. Let's go brr. But yeah.
I mean, that was one of the coolest things. The #1 Fi hater in Southern California. I was like,
What up?
I guess it's so weird when you're cheering for major tournaments. Is like, I hate that hero so much, but if they win, they're closer to death.
Yeah.
They can legend out of here.
And I honestly don't think that Rosetta or Briar have been that big of a problem. You know, like when there was a lot of Rosetta hate before, and then we've had like 6 months and a lot of changes and stuff, and Briar hasn't been the forefront like boogeyman. It's been your Oldhams and your Icelanders, and now your Lexis and Rangers, your Codex players.
I think one thing is like whenever there's a problem hero, it's like I hope the next hero that comes out counters them. Like Icelander being kind of a counter to Briar in some ways was good at that point. In that point where like Briar's very good and now Icelander's out and it's like now she's losing some of these matchups.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, the double D reacts to cover up that lightning strike for 8.
This will probably have go again, I'm assuming.
I think it was quick and tokened.
Swarming is going to be for 4+3.
But he's hitting the dragon with it, so he's just getting a free go again card, attack that dragon. What's in his hand? Another channel. Is that a Command and Conquer?
Command and Conquer would be very gross right now.
Yeah. And then he drew another attack. Let's go. More.
Coax the Kamosh.
Oh. So this
snap it.
We're doing it. We're going for it. Look at Tyler's
draw
face.
a card
He's
and
so
another quicken.
Both Andrew and Tyler know what's happening here.
I have not seen this.
So he's probably going to draw 2 cards off the Coke tree.
I swear to God, like, if any of you guys bitch whenever Reinar is the number 1 meta card, I'm going to go,
Are we
Tyler
counting damage?
Horspool.
How much damage has he done this turn? This is a big turn.
Does it count against dragons or just people?
This is a big turn. So let's see. We started with the 10 damage from... But it's not going at the player. It's going at the dragons. Does this count? Is this just how much damage they doled out in a turn? Because we're at 10 plus 8 plus 7.
Yeah, it's
25 plus another 7. So we're at 32. This is a 32 damage Briar turn.
It's not even over.
Only possible and powered up by the fact that Andrew had these nice little dragons
Jeez.
to farm.
Command and Conquer for 9 with go again.
Ooh. I forgot what number I said we were at before, but now it's plus
27 or 37. It's happening.
Yeah.
We're just gonna print out the gift card for you now.
Yeah. I think Tyler's doing it, guys.
I saw that there's a rainbow foil Reinar hero. I'm like,
Yeah, it's nice. It's so
like
pretty.
uh-huh.
Go right towards that.
Yeah. I know he's been wanting one forever.
Look at everyone is so excited. Everyone's like, all right, we're counting up the damage. We're figuring it out.
This is why Tyler's wearing a jersey. Is when you're doing this much damage, you need air wicking for sure.
This is why you play Briar. The deck is very powerful, and then it just does dummy fun things like this, and drawing cards and attacking for tons of damage. Who doesn't want to do that?
We're going to draw a card off of Force of Nature because we hit. We already told you what card it was. And now Rosetta is going to do freely come in.
So we got it. I mean, luckily, Andrew did get 6 cards to block with this turn, because the 2 Cokes also gave Andrew cards. So he's only at 16 after this massive turn, but all his dragons got wiped out. But Tyler was able to get 2 Earth cards into his arsenal, or into his pitch, so his channel's going to stick around, and he's got a Bramble Spark going in that arsenal to kick things off next turn. Andrew's not out of it yet. It's still...
I think they're just calculating damage.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah. I have not seen the Cokes into Dragon before. I think that's one thing I really enjoy about maybe what is this called? Streaming your tournaments. Is like every Tuesday or whatever day you play Flesh and Blood against your opponent, you do kind of like, I learned an interaction today that I wasn't expecting. I have played this game for 2 years. I haven't seen Cokes into Dragons do some extra stuff to you.
And especially in this game that's so centered around heroes and people can become champions of heroes. Like, you just get infinite reps with that hero and you learn all these little weird situations that only come up once every 10 games versus that specific hero. And, like, you just have so much...
They're freaking...
Dude, yeah, this is wild.
On stream. It is funny of like seeing how many cards are being played by this hero. It's like, well, is there any gas left in the deck?
Right. Okay.
And
so
I don't care about gas because I have Channel Mount Heroic for a second turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And Rosetta, don't forget those 4 damage.
This man had access to 13 total cards this turn.
That's insane. Like
with the ones
I get happy when it's 5.
33 damage is the total we got.
Sheesh. I mean, you have to play Kano, Lexi, or Briar.
As soon as I heard about it, I was like, all right, who's playing Kano today? We're gonna get someone that's like, I did 85 damage.
Yeah.
But
You only have 40.
Yeah.
And then the old version of this, exactly, pitch stack, is like, if we were playing old school Briar, you block with one non-attack action from your hand, and it would be better than a staunch response.
Yeah, I'll block for
extra pitch.
9.
Yeah. Get absolute wrecked. We're going to show Channel Mount Heroic
Oh,
number
boy.
3.
Look at the smile on this boy's face.
To
He knows
fuse.
he's just humming. This Briar deck is like, and there's the third coke.
Pokes for 10, please. It has go again. If you let this hit, I'll do whatever the hell I want again. The flow counter means
13 and 1 coming in.
one of these Channel Mount Heroics will be around next turn if there is a next turn. He's blocking. That's a very pretty block.
Yeah. And I think that's the command and conquer there too.
Jeez. And the
12 life never cost so much.
here's a question, because we are talking about a little bit about collectors for these heroes.
Oh no.
One thought process: we don't have perfect 10s in this game. Will we ever have a perfect 10 card, or the way we cut Flesh and Blood cards and the dimensions of them, it'll always be a 9.5?
I think eventually, once there's more population of cards and the graders have like understood the numbers, that they'll start like, this is a 10, this one's centering's perfect. So there's that force of nature. Is he gonna? This is rough, dude. That turn into this force of nature from Arsenal, he got this. He did, and he flashed it to Andrew. Yeah, he was like, I'm sorry, I don't even know.
They're not sorry though. They still play this deck. They sleeve it up. They make sure it doesn't have
I was
dust
playing
particles on it. And
I was a Briar champion for a long time. This deck is so fun, dude. You just like go to the casino, spit out a whole bunch of draw spells.
Meanwhile, Blood Rush adds 2 to all brute attacks.
Yeah,
Claw for 5.
just for this turn.
I hate that thought process of, if there was an Earth Brute, we could do this with Blood Rush too.
Yeah, your Channel Mount Blood Rush turns.
Sheesh. Plus 5. This is a 9 damage command and conquer. Nothing to sneeze at again.
Yeah. Andrew's already full blocked. We're going through the motions. We'll see if Andrew or if Tyler can stumble, or trips up.
I mean,
draws a clunky hand and Andrew can get back in it. Still
the
possible.
thought process is you do 4 non-tech actions and you're like, oh,
that's
my
a bad
God.
hand unless his arsenal's bailing him out. I see 3 attacks that don't go again.
Creepers was in this deck too. Did he play Creepers? No, he did Snap.
He's snapping.
Creepers is not worth it. Or do you think?
I think Creepers was awesome when people were playing like the Belittle version to flash in like Minnowisms and flash, and it's still good. Like doing the tricks with Force of Nature and getting people like in the aggro matchup. Oh, I don't block. All right, flash in Force. Now I'm drawing cards, doing all those tricks. It's really powerful. But Snapdragons is just simpler.
Refusing or no?
Okay, so we got the Force fused into
fuse it.
Tunic counter plus pitching that to play this big ol' Snatch for 9 draw 2 cards on hit, or 10 draw 2 cards on hit, or is that a blue Surge?
I think it's a red.
It's a red, yeah. I don't think he played. All right,
Is there blues in there?
I think there's got to be blues, yep. So
10.
It's 10. That's a red.
I think what's interesting is a lot of people are having problems with Dromai right now. And it's like, how do I beat this character?
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like, well, Briar's pretty good at handling her. There was dragons earlier, it did suck. And then one turn, eliminate all of them, and then do 15 and go.
We had that big turn, or that like attack for that strip 3 cards that set up his channel, and then the channel turn, and then the channel turn, and then this force of turn. Like it's just Tyler's done exactly what he needs to do for Andrew not to get a foothold in this game. Is just pressure as hard, go as gas pedal as hard as possible.
And if you have any 2 blocks or cards that don't block at all, you're probably dead already on every other hero.
I've played this matchup from the Briar side. On turn 2, I had like a wonky hand. I attacked for 4 and a Rune Chan and Arsenal, and Dromai's like, here's 3 dragons. You're totally behind. Like,
this is from Arsenal. It was underneath her hero.
So we got some go again on this turn.
Vincerakai. I do think there's not any Ash either, so it's like, what is Andrew gonna do? We've seen Andrew ruin people's lives too, so it's like it's not like we're rooting for somebody. We're not rooting for him to lose here, but it is kind of like, I've seen you ruin people's lives, so this is.
Oh yeah. And like I feel like Dromai Dromai is such an interesting deck because a lot of other decks can be like black and white, and she's all over the place. The game's ebbs and flows.
Right.
Like these guys could play this matchup back right now, and it would be very
turn 1.
Yeah,
and
right.
Like,
yeah. We've seen some amazing Dromai games from these events. The Zach Alex Vor game from 2 events ago.
so stupid.
That was the most amazing thing.
Never forget.
All right, Chromai.
Another
Good 1 card to keep.
Another Tomotai has hit. This is for Tyler. He's like, great. I don't care. I think that's the most frustrating thing about Flesh and Blood is like when you're on the back foot, your opponent literally goes,
no blocks. Yeah, picks up the pen.
yeah, whatever, and
Ship
then
it.
just 6 more.
It is pretty defeating sometimes. You're like, you sure you don't want to block, please?
And he's gonna draw his 5th, 6th, and 7th card from Tome of Harvest.
Oop. Okay, and we're gonna pull some good ones back on top. What are we getting?
Why have I not played Briar? It's like, I think one thing that is this a universal thing, or if you own a store, this isn't really a thing for you. But like, I am like somebody who doesn't own a New Horizon, so I haven't dipped into the Lexi waters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't own the Creepers, so I thought maybe Briar's a door that's shut for me.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I like to hate on Rune Blades.
You have a stick you got to keep to, right? You can't.
Yeah, I gotta play very crappy heroes that are below 13 on the leaderboards as badly as possible. You know.
No, I think you should give Briar a chance. She's pretty easy to enter and fun, and I think playing snaps is better than playing the creepers.
Okay. Did you see the list that was doing Royal Briar?
Yes, I do like that. I think, and I saw Andrew was playing that a bunch here. He was showing up every Monday and playing Royal Briar. That list looks fun. I love Cash-In. That card is awesome. And
Cash-In is half of Lightning, and then once per turn, once per game, just draw 4 cards basically. 2 cards.
Two cards.
So
but yeah, for free.
There's still a Channel Mode Heroic left. I guess he put it on top. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I was about to say that's a 4th copy, and we gotta get this guy out of here.
Jeez.
That happened to you on stream.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We still talk about that to Sam. He's kind of wondering if he should play again or not. So I guess
Sam's such a nice guy. That was an accident.
We did 7 damage with a snatch, which is enough. We have seen the fist bump.
Yep.
That was an interesting game of like. As soon as you forget about this hero, it just beats the shit. Can't say that word, but beats the heck out of you. You know.
Yeah. Briar, he put on the gas. Those were some very big turns. I wish we maybe one off turn at the beginning of the game. We would have seen Andrew like get a foothold and something happen. Andrew just had to block the whole game. I never saw Andrew get to keep a lot of the only time he got to keep cards to like establish a board was Miragai and Asvalai, which wasn't.
And I mean that happens when you're channel mount into Force of Nature
into channel
mount. Yeah. And I think one thought process about this too, that's the wrong button, is I keep hitting that wrong button. You can see my reflection in that.
We
gotta
just cover it up.
I think one thing that is true too is we've had 4 different winners, 4 different heroes.
Yeah.
None of them have been Tyler Horspool, and none of them have been Briar. So this could be his week. Because we have done the thought process of who do you think will win today? And somebody has picked Tyler of like, Tyler's due one of these. Like he hasn't won an AGE thing yet. And Tyler's very good. He went and got double digits or whatever at Baltimore. I don't know if it was like 30 something.
He was joking about it out there earlier, and like everyone's like, oh, every time Tyler shows up, people are like, oh crap, Tyler's here, like, oh no, and then he's like, man, I suck at these events. I only do good in the other states. In the age event circuit, I'm washed.
I remember he brought Icelander to the first Battle Harden where Prism was still around, and was like,
we were all like, what do you mean? Icelander's not a playable hero.
And then he's like, watch me, 0-2. And I was like, oh, dang. Because I wanted him to do well. But
I remember the night before, he's like, guys, I think I'm going to play Icelander tomorrow. And I was like, good luck.
I promise you, people love
And that was when me, Chris, Andrew, all of us, Dromai had just come out. We're all playing Dromai. And he's like, I'm going to play Icelander. We're all like, all right.
I hope you have, like, the spells weren't even a thing there. There were some poppers in that deck.
Figured it out yet. It was, But he was on to something. But yeah, so he's hungry to win one of these events.
Yes.
So hopefully,
I mean, Tyler needs $400 just like everybody else needs $400. It's
Yeah.
not like he's gonna go, no, I'm good.
yeah, sure.
Speaking of things to talk about and money, Collectors Legion sponsoring the AGE.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you guys. Collector Legion, we're a shop in Lawndale, California, 10 minutes away from LAX on Redondo Beach Boulevard.
Lawndale? Isn't
Lawndale?
that the sign for Lawndale?
I think that's LA, but yeah,
Well, that's the
might as
first
well.
two
I think you got to do a
letters.
D, right? LD.
I don't
know.
That's too
Um,
quick.
But we opened the shop like 7 years ago, and about 2 years ago moved to this awesome retail location, 6,000 square feet. We got seating for 100 players, and it's just been awesome. We're excited to do more streams and host. I need to play, and I need to have people come to my store and play with me. So,
But you said that about the goofy Lorcana deck too, probably, right?
dude, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love Mickey Mouse.
Dude, I saw that Mouseketeer Mickey and the
Yeah.
Mouseketeers buff each other, and I was like, I don't even know how this game works, but that sounds great.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I even just saw the accessories that are coming out, and there's a Stitch binder, and it's Stitch in his little bikini on the boat on a binder, and I'm like, I need that.
I have Ohana. Get
Yeah.
that for me. You know? I
But
think that's gonna be great for like you have an 8-year-old that needs a present. You're like, here's a lifelong trading card addiction,
Yeah.
idiot.
yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Dude.
But yeah, I'm super excited you guys are here. This has been awesome, and like everyone, the staff, and everyone seeing how you guys run the event and your streams and everything is just so cool. And we're really happy to have you, and hopefully we can do a lot more of these in the future. And
And you guys are gonna be at Battle Hardened, right?
We're gonna be vending. Hopefully, yeah, we're gonna be vending the Battle Harden. We got all your singles, your sealed product, whatever you need. We got a website. We're just a couple of gamers that really like gaming and decided to do it full time, and it's working out. And we're happy to
Man.
have all of our friends here doing it with us.
Especially if 65 people come in and buy 4 cases of Dusk Till Dawn trying to get 1 card.
Yo, yeah,
That's really
What
gonna
if-
work out for you guys.
yeah, right. And that's the other thing. The serialized cards change the game. How much Dust from Dawn should I get now? Should I get way more? There's like,
And it's a supplementary set, so it'll be a cheap one. No, it'll be like,
yeah.
like, I think that'll be the first time it'll be like, why is this box $100?
Mhm.
And then some of these people, I enjoy. I get my 1 case, maybe 2
Yep.
cases every set. I think this may be the first time where it's like, I'm gonna specifically buy the crappy Reiner cards that I need instead of buying a $120 box, and then you get a chance at a $14,000 Prism card. But if you don't, it's like,
For me,
just
that makes
gave
it the
money.
most enticing to open.
Oh.
Like when the last couple sets come out, I like take it a box at a time, and I'll like open a box. I'm like, I'm not satisfied. I'm
Right.
not satisfied. I'll hit a good card. I'm like, ooh, that was. Maybe I can open another big card. And so I'm worried for this set. And if I have a bunch of boxes in front of me, I'm just gonna keep opening packs.
I got a Codex of Blood Rot, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so lucky. Waited 1 week, and it lost $100 of value. and I was
Oh, you got the awesome one.
not the Frailty one, the Codex of Blood Rot.
But it's still the Marvel. Those arts are
Yeah,
amazing.
they were like, I'll trade it to you for maybe a Plague Hive, and I was like, okay. He's in chat. Hate that. Hate that he got $100 off me. But it's whatever. We're having a blast.
Yeah, we're hanging out.
I think one thing that's interesting about this game and where it's headed is we went from 2 Pro Tours to 1 Pro Tour,
Mm-hmm.
but Worlds is coming.
Yeah.
So Worlds is every year because
Mhm.
we've been playing for 2 years and there's only been 1 Worlds.
Yep.
And there was 2 nationals. So we don't know the exact makeup of what a player, what are they called, Pro Tour / OP organized play, what a whole year looks like yet, because we haven't had a specific one without changes, or
We
it's
have-
changed from 2 to 1, or no Worlds to Worlds. So I'm worried about, not worried, I'm interested in like, what does it actually look like when the dust settles?
Like I mean, last year it was 4 big events, right? We had to travel to. It was 2 Pro Tours and a Nationals and a Worlds for
Cool.
myself, right? If it was like you wanted to play on the top circuit, those are your premier,
Go fight Pablo Pintor.
right? Get wrecked by Michael Hamilton in round 3
Right.
in draft. Like that was.
Dude, he sat next to me in Vegas once. We did not play,
Oh yeah,
but he was scared. Let's just say that.
I got to play him in Uprising draft, and my Phi deck just did not cooperate, and I did not draw a go again card for the first 3 turns, and I like attacked with my sword, and I was like, Emberblade, pass, and he's like, oh,
He's like, oh, is this your first event?
yeah.
So
he felt bad for
what's
me.
cool is it has go again, but you have to play a card first.
Yeah, it was so funny. But so those were 4 big events, and that led to from all these players that really want to play the entire year of the highest level. That's a lot to travel to New Jersey, then to France, then to where was nationals in the middle of somewhere in the country,
Southern California, Carolina or something.
and then
Richmond, Virginia, or
and then
no,
back
was it?
over to California for Worlds. So it was like a lot, and so I think this year. With doing a Pro Tour, a Nationals, and a Worlds, and giving us a little more space in between, and hopefully they pump up the local circuits, because I think that's the lifeblood of the game. Like, I love the big events. We all love traveling to them. That was a little too much for me, traveling 4 times that year. It was, and they were kind of close together.
I mean, it is something where I am wondering if I should beef up my practice to try and do this. And it's like, I kind of want to do nationals, but you gotta win first.
Yeah, no,
You also have to buy a PTI. But it is like, if I get so excited and I drive around Orange County and I drive around San Diego and I drive around all this stuff, and then it's like, nationals is gonna be in a state that you've never even knew existed. Or if it's like the Bayou head to New Orleans, I'd be like, okay, that's kind of. Or like nationals is in the Virgin Islands or something, just because it's still a territory or something. I'm gonna be like,
there's so many cool places they could have it in the country that I'd be like, yep, I'm just going because we're going to New Orleans, and that's a cool place to be.
I'm hoping for Colorado or Austin.
Yeah. So I think this year is gonna be good. It looks like we got some extra space in between the big traveling events, and hopefully they lean a little bit more into the local stuff, giving the local stores like everyone loves the road to nationals, the Pro Quest. Your skirmishes are less popular because
I can win them, and people don't like variants because it lets losers like me win. You know.
I don't know. I understand both takes of it, but I also like super high powered dumb things. So Blitz is fun to me because we kill each other on turn 2.
Right.
I want to play again. But like, you want to play CC where we play for 40 minutes, and then like, I don't want to play another.
I do.
I know, no, that's fun too. No, that's fun too. But can I just like goldfish my Kano deck in front of you and like blow you up 2 or 3 times in 10 minutes, and then like, yeah.
I do think like Blitz is gonna look so different. In 5 seconds of like, are we Arachne solitary confinement, or that's trash, or
I don't know.
The Riptide deck gets popular because now there's brutality going.
And the format literally had like a thawing, right? Like the ice is gone. All these aggro decks are not going to be interacted with. They have a ton of just room to play now instead of getting.
Unless there's like, okay, now Lexi is going to start playing ice because there's no other ice to mess with her. Or what I think would be hilarious is if the Emperor rises up, because his worst 2 matches are the ice people.
Oh, sure. Yeah, your whole deck's red. Here's 1 Frostbite. Good luck.
You're just toast. I showed up to, it was the, like, let's play Blitz into that thing, and I had already got the Emperor out of Dynasty, and I was like, I'm going to play this. It's going to be so exciting. And then Cold Snap came down as I had an Oasis in my arsenal to block the first spell that Icelander sent at me, and the Cold Snap owned my ass.
Yep.
So bad. More than I've ever been owned in my life in Flesh and Blood. And I was like, throw this deck under my bed.
Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, the Frostbites, that happened to me the other night with Evan. Evan does this thing with Lexi, and I guess.
Can we talk crap about Evan real quick?
Dude,
He's not here at all.
Yeah, seriously. He does he does like a 30 damage turn, and then at the end of his turn is like Lexi ability, flip over red, Arctic Incarceration, give you a Frostbite, cast it. Here's 3 more. And I'm like, are you serious? I just took all of that damage, and now I have 4 Frostbites, and I have a yellow and 3 reds in my hand. That was going to do 20 damage, and now it does 4.
Thanks a lot, Evan. I think what's funny about Evan is we joke about Evan, we're Evan, and then...
Sorry, I kicked the camera. I'm an idiot.
One thought process is this guy went to Pro Tour and got 63rd.
Yeah.
And got $1,000.
Crushed it.
So now there's legitimacy to all his lunacy. So it's like... yeah, and I think he went to a steakhouse
made him buy you guys
and
all
got
steak?
1 thing of ice cream, and then he was down to his last $800.
And that's something that I've always thought about Flesh and Blood, and like I love that it rings true in our community is like the hero masters and like the guys who champion those heroes, they've gotten so good at them. Our local players who like
Right.
Arya on Dorinthia and like, man, they've just put so much time into these specific heroes, and they like Evan has played so much Lexi. He knows that deck inside and out. Before all these other people picking up Lexi, and now it's the best deck. Evan's like, I've been doing that for all year. Like,
I wasted 6 weeks on Arachne, but now I'm back on Lexi.
yeah, I was actually talking to Tim about that a bunch. The Trench is a very cool card, and I think it's very powerful.
Trench or Heart of Ice? The Heart of Ice coming down against, that's like a game-winning play. But it's like, why do you need a game-winning, like, it's like Steph Curry shooting from not, oh, don't say Steph Curry. It's too soon. Oh, my goodness. Everyone just started crying over here. Longdale Lee.
Heart of Ice to me in a lot of matchups feels like he's already dead. Stop it.
Right.
Or like, hey, that really doesn't do anything. You're wasting your time. I don't know.
It's like your biology teacher being like, did anyone cheat on this lab? And it's like, we don't know what we're doing anyway. Just fail us already. Who cares if we cheated? We're not going to use this.
We all use ChatGPT and turn in the same assignment.
Other things that could possibly happen this year. What's in Dusk Till Dawn? Vincent?
Yeah.
There's not an adult Vincent. Do we think it's like Icelander where we're going to show you the baby one and then the one comes later?
I like that. Yeah. We could get a couple. I would love to see some unique Blitz heroes that evolve into constructed heroes eventually. That'd be cool. I'm like, do we think we're getting more Brute cards? Are they do you think we're going to get those exact class talent combinations? Do you think we're going to have cards for those 4 characters in this set? Probably, right? That has to have character. At least.
Okay, so I don't know if this was coming later or not, but
sorry.
I don't. No. Nothing you do. It's
Okay.
it's more of me wondering like what could Justin say later in that segment to piss me off. But there is the layer of what is her name? Prism, baby Prism, new baby Prism, new old Prism, young and adult is the actual terms. Young Prism, adult Prism, they're getting support and new cards. If Levia doesn't get cards in that same set, you're basically telling all of your people on staff or whatever they are, the fans, the people playing your game, the people that make it move, you're telling them, we're going to support the second version of this busted hero before we support the worst, the first version of the worst hero in the game, which I think is like a...
There's no way they're doing that.
Like, we throw the pipe dream away of like, don't worry, even though your heroes on the bottom, they'll one day have a whatchamacallit. It's like, they're not going to have their day. I don't know if we are guaranteed an adult Vincent based on something I saw.
Oh.
Because I saw young Prism and old Prism, and then it said Vincent, and it did not say Vincent older. So I don't know if I'm talking I talk out of my...
We're all
once in a
speculating
while,
here.
you
This
know?
is what's fun to speculate.
Right.
Yes, like,
I think that's one thing where I complained about it from LSS is LSS never lets us do the same thing twice. Of like Marvel Codex is kind of like Dragon, but it was for just 3 instead of 19 of them or whatever.
They're constantly doing a unique
We're
thing.
doing, okay, now here's Command and Conquer isn't a Fable, but it's a Fable Command and Conquer. That's different, blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, now there's a extended art Trent, and everyone was like, is there an extended art everything? And it was like, no, it's just the chess piece. So I'm excited for Dusk Till Dawn. What could possibly be there? But if they do not have a Levia specialization or a really good Brute Majestic for that hero, but they release Bologna, Invoke Bologna, Invoke, Majestic Prism weapon, because she needs a new one, that makes Invoke Angel, I'm going to go, oh my god, look how many Prism cards. And if that Majestic for, whatchamacallit, what is her name, Levia, isn't like pitch 6, do 14, and turn off Blood Debt just for whatever, I'm going to go, what is the point of even pretending we're doing this?
I want them to give Levia a card that casts one of her Blood Debt card, like one of her banished cards, you know, like that gets like reuse that thing. And it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like Chain that does it every single turn on every card. It's just a card in her deck that lets her like Codex get a card back and use it that you've been saving in your Blood Debt. I think that'd be cool.
I like that idea of what is the best card from Chain. Make a is it the best version or make it a kind of version like that for Levia, and now Levia can breathe?
Yeah, and yeah, if they don't, I'm pretty sure they'll give her support, and I'm excited for it because we're
Pray to Blasphemous. Don't do that. Don't say that into a camera. All right, that's lunch because the Illuminati's coming.
Oh, I got one more thing before lunch. This is my called shot before we hit to lunch. Solana, the Great Library, was in Monarch. This set is going to have the Fabled be a shadow. The monastery, calling it.
Boom!
Right here. If it happens, I got inside info. I'm leaking it. I know everything.
Yeah. The monastery. What would that be? Like, banish 2 cards. Banish 2 cards from your graveyard. Draw a card. Do 4 damage to yourself.
No, it's just like a copy of Chain's hero card, but it's a landmark, and you just you play it, and it's an ability where you can make a shackle every turn. It's a monastery, and you pump out. No,
shackle in Levia.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Let's give her some shackles. Let's wait, does that actually help her? No, because those go straight to banish. She wants to put them in graveyard and get them to banish, right? So shackles don't do much.
The 6 just have to go to the banish zone. So shackle off the top.
Okay.
Turns off your blood deck.
Oh, true. That's all right.
I think everyone at home was like, if you say shackle and Levia, I'm in, bro.
Right? Like I was very surprised they haven't created a card that just makes us a shackle, and then Levia could get 1, and that's what she needs to keep going.
It's a ban card that's a specialization for Yorick, right? Doesn't he can create any token he wants, including Soul Shackle?
Right? Or maybe it's listed like a bunch of them. Yeah, but Soul Shackle is one of them. All right, we're going to go eat some sandwiches. We'll be back with some awesome flesh and blood.
Keep it real. Long break, baby.